the name Aisha kind of triggers me. When people call me Aisha, I know you're from my secondary school. When anybody says, oh my God, Aisha Ademoye, I'm like, who the I used to have a lot of self-esteem issues growing up, from not being with my parents together. I don't like to go out. If I'm in a room with more than 10 people that I don't know, I start to have this anxiety attack.
Hi Bimbo, oh my God, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I have not seen you physically since I saw Anikulapo, so I just want to say congratulations, and you did a thing.
Thank you so much.
And if you've not seen it, you should go see it, because she actually did a thing. And before you even came, we were talking about it on set, and I was just like, usually I don't like movies that are not in English because I have to read the subtitles. Or if I change it to English and then your mouth is not moving, the same way with the words coming out. And I don't like watching movies like that. However, for Anikulapo, I genuinely watched it in Yoruba and was reading the subtitles, and it didn't even feel like it to me. And it was just a very beautiful movie. So I want to give you your flowers and give you your accolades.
Where are the roses? Okay.
Where are the roses, guys? She's asking for her roses. It's coming. I'll send it to your house.
Okay. Thank you.
But thank you so much for coming. How have you been?
I've been good. How have you been?
I've been good. I know that you've been booked and busy working on so many productions. So how is that going?
Very good actually. I am actually working on my production as well. We're working on the release of Gangs of Lagos, which I happen to be an executive producer on. And I'm also working on releasing one of the a mini-series that I'm launching on my YouTube channel. Okay. So yeah.
By the way, that's double congratulations for you, because you guys, Bimbo started YouTube like 2-3 months ago. She already got the gold plaque.
The silver
plaque from YouTube. I started YouTube last year. Where's my plaque? You guys subscribe, okay?
Yeah, subscribe.
Yeah, congratulations and order for that as
Thank
well.
you.
And now that you're in front of me, I need you to do that thing. I need the accents. I need you to do it and then switch back to English, because it fascinates me how you're able to do that.
I didn't know what you are speaking of. Which one? You see that one we are talking about?
That's the one. That's the one.
I didn't know what you're gonna need me to do.
Do you sometimes forget?
No, absolutely
and do
not.
this like?
No, forget. No, maybe just
do it
just
for the
fun of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I would have thought that maybe. But anyway, Falz the Bad Guy does it too, and I'm just like, how are you guys able to do that and do the switch real quick?
I'm even jealous of Falz. Like, he could do this British accent. That one I've not been able to master, but yeah, I'm getting there anyways. But yeah, Falz is good. Bisola is fantastic.
Bisola too does it. It's amazing, and you're really close to Bisola as well.
I just said that's my soulmate.
Exactly. I'm just like, I was on Family Feud.
Oh, you were?
By the way, yeah. Oh. And so I had the opportunity of experiencing her firsthand and not off social media. And guys, I have to say, she is genuinely as funny as she is online in real life. That's genuinely just who she is.
Yep.
But let's get into you, and because this is just about you, I want to understand your journey, your story. So let's talk Bimbo. Before Bimbo started acting, Bimbo growing up. I know that I've watched a couple of maybe your interviews or even on social media, and you've spoken about growing up with a single dad.
Yeah.
So I just sort of want to know what that experience was like for you and how it was able to shape you into who you are today.
Growing up with a single dad wasn't the easiest, because poor guy, there's some things he doesn't know. Like when you had your first monthly flow, he's just as shocked as you are. And at some point, he was very, I wouldn't say confused, but he was torn in the sense that he had to go work for his children, and at the same time, he had to be there for his children. So leaving us at home, like locking us indoors from morning till night.
He used to lock you guys in.
Yeah, because that was the only way he could do it. So we would go to the window and hold, the roofers that was raining back then, we'd just hold, and then we'd look like prisoners watching everybody from outside. I remember the memory. It's crazy. So at some point, he had to like give us to his sisters, his biological sisters, just to help, just let my kids be with you for this period, and it wasn't the most beautiful experience, but I mean, kind of shaped.
I always say, yes, there might be blood, it might be a blood relation, but living and experiencing growing up with your parents is never the same experiencing with someone else.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to be honest, there were times that I probably questioned if they were really siblings, but I mean, part of the things that I faced with them, you know, kind of shaped me to who I am today when it comes to independence. Because I remember my auntie used to wake us up in the morning like 5 a.m. to do house chores. I was like, what, 4 or 5 years old?
To do house chores. Do you know, I always say, like, as a parent, living in Lagos must be so hard because then your child has to wake up at like 4 because you need to get out of the house at like 5. And they don't have to be in school till like 7:38.
But traffic
and it's so, because of traffic. Like when I'm going maybe to set or I have an early call time and I'm seeing children already outside at 6:30, I'm like, so I can imagine waking up at 5 to do chores. How ridiculous that could have been.
To wash the dishes, to sweep the compound. But I'm actually really thankful to my aunties because, like I said, they kind of shaped me to the independent woman that I am today. To not trust people that much or at all. And so eventually I got back with my dad. So I got back with I started living with my dad again. It just, growing up and seeing the sacrifices he would make, like his boys would call and be like, let's go clubbing. He's like, no, I have children. And let's go to this party. He's like, no, I have to stay home with my kids. She hasn't done her assignment. She has notes to copy because I used to fall sick a lot, so I missed loads of classes. So like she has notes to fill up and whatnot. It just kind of like shaped my relationship with my dad to be stronger. And the crazy thing is, people think I'm my dad's favorite. I'm not. My sister is.
Really? But you're always you show your love for him on social media. You're always posting him.
One. She probably posts like twice a year.
Exactly. So maybe that's why.
So yeah, my dad is like the most amazing human being ever. Like father of the universe, my best friend. He took me to my first audition. And waited outside for 6 hours for me to finish. And then when I came out, he was like, did you get the role? I'm like, no, they'll call us back.
They'll call us back.
Like, rubbish. And then the next one, he took me as well till, he got me a car to start going by myself. He's just been very supportive of me my whole life.
Fair enough. So we haven't brought it up or anything, and I've genuinely not heard it anywhere, but I want to ask, where was your mom? Did she pass?
No. My mom is alive. We just don't. My mom is very much alive. She lives like 15 to 20 minutes away from me. We just don't have a friendship, right. And it would. So I don't talk about it because I would love for people to respect that. Like, I'm a very private person. When I say
I know that. I know.
So my mom left when I was 2. So the betrayal, my first ever betrayal, came from my mother. So we kind of tried to rekindle I wouldn't even say rekindle because there was no romance there. I didn't get to know her, but I tried to build a relationship with her. Right now we have a relationship. Like, I'm doing my duties as a child, paying for this, paying the rent, allowance and whatnot, but that's about what we have. And I think I'm very okay with that. I'm okay with the no friendship, no closeness zone that we're in for my mental health and for my own sanity. I think I'm very much okay with that. But my mom is very much alive, very beautiful, dark skin, robust.
Really?
Chubby.
Where'd you get all this?
My dad is super light skin. I got my hips from my mom and my waist from my mother as well. So
girl, your waist. People go under the knife for what she has. What God just gave her and say, Bimbo, just take it free of charge.
So
people go and pay dollars for it.
But yeah, I don't have a relationship with my mom, and I'm fine with that.
Okay, and I'll just respect it, and we'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
Let's sort of just go into your acting career, because you were like, your dad took you to your first audition. At what age did you start acting?
Professionally?
Yeah. Oh, so that audition, how old were you when your dad took you?
It was 20.
So
2013.
Recent.
2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was my first audition was in 2013, but I didn't start I got my first feature film. I said feature because, I did short films.
Yeah.
I did a short film in 2014. I did a series in 2015, but my first feature film, this one, I was sure was not going to die in the hard drive. I was sure it was going to come out on a platform. Shout out to Iroko TV. It was in 2016.
Before I even go into my next question for you, I'll tell you my first experience of you acting. My best friend is obsessed with you. Aww. So literally, she was the one that brought you to like my foresight. She's like, oh my God, have you seen Bimbo? She's mad. Acting is crazy. I think she's literally seen all your movies on Iroko TV. So you gotta give her a shout out. Her name is Tito.
Hi Tito, I love you.
I think she has seen all your movies. She was so in love with you, and that was just sort of how I even found out about you. And this was like when we were in uni, and that was 2014, 2013.
Really?
Yeah, I entered uni in 2013.
You entered?
Yeah, I graduated in 2017.
I feel like an ancient of days right now because I graduated 2012. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Wait, so you were in high school when I was
Yeah, I started Babcock in 2013, 4 years, 2017.
Oh, you went to Babcock? Oh,
yeah,
okay. I went to Covenant.
Yeah, I mean, girl, I did a little deep dive about me, so I saw that.
Right.
But yeah, so why I was even asking was because, I mean, a lot of parents, when you say I'm going to acting, our parents' generation don't really sort of understand the creative space. I know it was a task, even getting my parents to understand that I'm generally even making more in my house and being a creative than you would reckon I would make from a government office or from whatever position you think I'm going to be starting out anyways. However, from your perspective, I want to sort of understand how supportive your dad was. Was he always supportive from the beginning? Because I'm sure like you didn't probably, it's not in 2013 you said, oh, Bimbo is going to be an actress. You probably had the idea of you wanted to be an actress from way back when.
Yeah. I remember the conversation vividly, actually, in his car in school back in 2007. You were probably just being born at the time.
No, I was...
Anyways.
2007, I was starting JSS1. I just have
Wow, I was graduating SS3. Okay. Anyways, so I told him, it was like, so, you know this form that you fill where they say first course, second course? Yeah. So he was like, what are you trying to study? I said, theater arts. He said, oh, second in call. I said theater arts. I said, no, you have to change. I said, okay, fine, English language, something in there. He's like, hey, acting, Sha. But you don't feel that you should do something in case acting so that you can work in a company. I'm like, no, that is acting. I said, well, okay, I support you.
Oh
no,
my God.
But deep down in his mind, he later confessed to me that he was praying so hard that I would change my mind.
Yeah.
So bad. Because when I applied to gain admission to Redeemers, Covenant, I didn't do Babcock at all. So Redeemers had theater arts, but Covenant did not. So when my dad said that Covenant did not, he was like, no, Covenant's here, oh, nice, let's go there. So he was like, and then he told me, he's like, I've known you since, like, acting is inbuilt, you don't have to study for it, so study something else. So I went up,
to be fair, he had the point there.
Well, true though, true. In Nigeria, we don't really have the greatest acting skills, but yeah. So I studied business administration. And yeah, I came out with a second class lower, 2-2, that's what you guys call it. And he was like, he said, do you want to do masters? And I'm like,
with my Zuzu.
Don't push it. This is because I don't bring you carryover. Stop it. But no, in 100 level, I think I gave my dad the gift of about 6 carryovers.
No way, you're joking.
Yeah, I gave him like 6 carryovers, and then for every summer holiday, I was always in school because I had to pick up because I didn't want to have an extra year.
I wish I had your dad. Honestly, I can't even lie to you. The fear of my dad would not even make me.
No, this one is not even a matter of fear. It's inbuilt. Who do not know book, do not know book. So it doesn't have anything to do with fear. Whether you fear or you know fear, if you don't know book, there's nothing you can do.
But you picked business admin.
Because it was very popular at the time. Did that happen to you? You picked a course because, business
I picked
admin.
law, just me, because my dad is a lawyer and I've always said, I want to be a lawyer.
No, if I were to pick anything about my dad, it would be electrical engineering. I should be climbing lights. At this stage, no, never. You know, like baby, I can never do such. But I just had to pick business. I think what happened was,
as opposed to mass comm, that was maybe closer to theater arts.
I wasn't even thinking straight. I think before then, I think what happened was I read an article where they said, I can't remember the actress. Oh, holy crap. I read that she studied business administration.
Okay.
So I thought maybe, okay, that was the cool thing to do. I did not even know that there was math in biz admin, like at least first year.
Yeah, you do like maybe statistics or one of those things.
CBS, God will punish that course. Anyways, I failed, very red something.
It's your honesty for me.
I see. I've made it very clear to people that even my father says it, that thank God of all the children I have, there's only one, because he cannot handle two not knowing book. So I took my L. All my siblings are brilliant. My sister studied; she has 2 degrees.
But look at it this way: you're just not brilliant in the way you're doing a madness with your movies. You're doing a madness with your production.
He did say that though.
Brilliance, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to know. If my dear, sometimes they'll tell me what 7 times 3, I'll be thinking.
I can never know such.
Maybe
if you put naira at the back. So I realized that with math, I know it better. If you say 2 plus 2, I don't know. But if you tell me 2 naira plus 2 naira, I know that's certainly 4 naira. So yeah, that's how my brain works. So yeah.
Money makes you way more intelligent.
I don't like listen. I just started, hugging the color green. Before I didn't like anything green except for money. But now, I think you can.
Look at you now embracing green and sitting on green.
Ciao. Okay, I could work with that.
Yeah, but then so you told him you wanted to go into acting. To be fair, I'm so glad that your dad was supportive, because we don't really hear a lot of these stories.
Yeah.
We always hear, oh, my parents didn't want it, they weren't okay with it till I got to this point and started making money. But for you, he was like, you tried to.
Once we had that conversation and it was like, that's what you want, I'm behind you. My dad financed my first ever acting gig. They told me they were going to pay me 12,500.
As in naira.
My sister. Naira.
As in, you asked a whole 1
that
hour
wasn't
plus
even
movie.
See, that's even small. They were going to pay me 6 months after
12,000 naira.
Yeah, 12,000.
6.
Yeah, 6 months after shooting. Yeah. So and she told me she sent me a list.
That year, 12K was probably a lot of money.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. She sent me a list of things to bring. I saw portraits. She said portrait 50 inches. Clothes and all those things.
You're still doing your own wardrobe.
Yes. My dad went to go and price the portrait. He was like, oh, Aisha, because that's my middle name. He said, it's 50,000 naira, I've paid for it. Then I was so excited. But today I'm like, how can you be so evil? You pay somebody 12.5 and you did not have the fear of God inside of you. And you ask for a portrait of 50 inches. Code that now. That's why that auntie is not doing film again today. It's not good. You cannot be evil and God will bless you.
And look at you now.
So now she's
just like, this Bimbo, I snoozed.
No, she's even still saying she gave me my first role ever in
Yeah,
life.
of course.
And I'm waiting for her.
They'll always, maybe now when you call her your Emmy, she'll be like, not me.
Yeah, I put her.
I put her there.
No, she'll meet me at the junction. Man, no, yeah. But yeah, anyways.
What's my name?
I will beat the hell up of her mommy.
But did you do the movie then?
I jumped at say joking.
Did it air? Oh, it was one of the hard drives.
It was sold in a CD.
Okay.
So yeah, it sort of. She tried, Sha. Let me not even lie, because yeah, she tried. But yeah, that was my first gig ever of 12.5.
12.5. And now, do you want to tell us how much you be cashing out now?
I know I charge $1 million stuff, but it's fine. It's okay.
You guys heard that? Did you hear that? See, you guys, this life is genuinely a journey, and that's why I always say trust your process. She earned 12.5 in her first gig, and she charges millions now, so you can't sit with her, period. But yeah, now that you've gotten to who you are, to who Bimbo is, because Bimbo, you have like 3-point-something million followers.
No, it's 2.3 million.
Well, I reversed
it.
But you have 2.3
I mean,
million.
with the Instagram whatever going on right now, I'm not surprised that it's still stuck there. It's been there for like a year now, but I mean.
But that's still a lot of, that's a community.
Right, considering they're all real people.
Considering they're all real people. You did not go and buy them. Exactly. Chinese, sometimes does it get overwhelming?
To have that amount of followers or?
Yeah, to have, because then you're like 2.3. Because sometimes even people that don't have 2.3 million followers, you kind of like have that reach and that amount of people see your stuff. But to have that, does it give you like some sort of pressure when you're like posting online? It's
no.
Like, oh my God, 2.3 million people.
So I think I've been the luckiest. I would say that I've been the luckiest when it comes to followers, because my followers are so adorable. I call them my cyber family.
Okay.
They are just, I don't have toxic people. I mean, maybe out of the 2.3, it's probably just 5 that misbehave.
That's a prayer point that people
I don't have
people
toxic.
wicked on social media.
I don't have toxic fans. I do not. Like, if you insult me, worst case is they'll reach out to me in the DM, like, what are we doing? I'm like, we're ignoring. And they respect that, you know. So I've been very blessed, and they engage. I feel like part of the reasons, and I say this with all humility, apart from my hard work and my drive, part of the reasons that I'm a millionaire today is because of my followers. Because if you go to a brand and you're like, oh, look at her reach, look at the comments. I'm not commenting myself.
Exactly,
they are,
it's people.
you know, they're engaging all these things. So I'm very, very, I love them so freaking much. I don't know all of them. If I had my way, if I had money like that, I would meet all 2.3 million of them.
Yeah.
So
okay,
yeah.
fair enough. Let's sort of talk about challenges you faced in the industry, being a female actress in the Nollywood space. What would you say the greatest challenge you faced so far is?
I think I've been lucky because starting out, I started under the wings of a female. That's Uduak Isong. Okay. So I didn't really experience, not that I didn't, but it didn't affect me in any way. They experienced the sexual harassment that people do talk about. You know, this person saying he has to sleep with me for a role. I mean, my mom didn't need me to sleep with her. You know, she saw the talent and she went for it. So that aspect, nothing. And I tend to always dwell on the positive aspect than to look at maybe if anybody's envious or anybody's trying to like sabotage or whatnot. So I won't really say I've had any challenge in my career like that. I mean, there are times that I've actually, you know, behaviors of, you know, some people have gotten to me, but I just waved it off. Like, at the end of the day, you don't share my last name, so there's no reason for you to be loyal to me or anything like that. So.
Oh my God, I've never thought about it from this angle. We don't share the same last name.
No, remember I told you my first betrayal came from somebody who shared my last name. So if that could really go deep, you don't mean anything. So I'm not just gonna let you have that power. You are not gonna see me sweat. I'd rather cry inside, come out like looking like a boss, but you will not see me like feeling like you've done something really great to me.
That's crazy. I feel like this is a mindset I need to adapt because I feel like I let people get to me. That's
fine. That's normal. That doesn't make you any less of a person. It doesn't make you weak. I'm actually a very emotional person, which a lot of people don't know, but I tend to like have this guard where I just feel like you seeing me weak is me giving you victory that you have succeeded. So that you hurt me doesn't mean that it didn't get to me. I just wouldn't give you that satisfaction of well, damn, I did that. So
I've noticed that you're very, maybe you're private because you post on social media, but I feel like you give us what you want us to see. You give us the glitz, you give us the happy side of you give us everything all rosy or prim, and you're very funny. Have you always been this funny?
I don't really. So because in my family they don't see me as funny.
No,
they don't. My sister doesn't give two word about me. Sometimes I do something and she's just like, "You're so stupid," you know. My dad
see finish with family.
Right. I think that's what's happening. My dad just when I crack some jokes, my dad is like,
"No, that's not funny."
Anyways, so and I'm like, this thing I just gave you, people pay to see.
Your own people.
You know, but I think I got my funny side from my dad, actually. My dad is funny.
I think you did this Father's Day video with him.
He almost lost his mind. He called me the next day. He's like, "Hi, darling. So that thing yesterday is still a prank, Abi?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not pregnant. Stop." So, yeah. But my family members don't see me. The crazy thing is my brother is funnier than I am. Yeah. My dad is the funniest of all of us. So, I'm just... But yeah, anyways.
How many siblings do you have?
Biologically, I have 3 plus me 4. Yeah. But my dad adopted 9 children, so we're 13.
Sorry, what?
My daddy adopted 9 children.
I mean, your father, the one that won you.
Yeah.
Adopted 9
kids. Yeah.
Sorry.
What's the motivation behind it? He just loves children, and he's just a very generous human being. He's beyond what I show you guys on social media. My dad is an angel on earth. I could tell you that for free. So
that's
we're 13
crazy.
altogether.
9 kids. Are you guys like good relationship with all of them?
I love my siblings to death. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's like, I'm a very family-oriented person.
I can tell, actually. But then I can also tell that you're also very reserved. Because even when we meet, like social but not so social gatherings, you're always very. Are you timid?
Very.
Okay.
I don't like to go out. I'm agoraphobic. I don't like more. If I'm in a room with more than 13 people. In fact, I said 13 just to exaggerate.
Is that why you asked me how many people are upstairs when we're coming up?
Yeah, if I'm in a room with more than 10 people that I don't know, I start to have this anxiety attack where my heart is palpitating so bad. And it sucks that my job,
puts you in those positions. Yeah,
so if I had my way, I'll just buy that ashrebi to your wedding and send you money and say congratulations, but I don't want to show up. Not because I don't like you, I just don't want to be at a place with so many people.
Fair enough. But would you also say, have you ever sort of wondered where that came from?
I think it came from, I used to have a lot of self-esteem issues growing up, from not being with my parents together. And then my aunties, I love them,
Are you cool with those, your aunties now?
They don't have a choice.
Exactly. Like you, so.
I mean, they're old, so not because I'm a famous person or anything, but they're old. I mean, they're 60. You don't have a choice but to. So I grew up with this thoughts in my head that nobody wanted to be my friend. Nobody wanted to. I'm gonna get emotional. Nobody wanted to be around me. So my way of having friends were to give things, like buy them over, In elementary school, it was like I had to give my lunch money. In high school, I had to give my provisions to, and some of these kids saw through that. So it was more like, you don't have to go and meet Aisha. She's going to give it. I didn't have any self-esteem at all. So it wasn't even a case of low self-esteem or anything. It wasn't there. So being in the midst of people and having them come say, "Oh, hi," it's like, what do you want? Just say what you want and let me give it to you so you can go. So I'm still dealing with that even at this stage, and that's why I'm very close to my dad, because my dad really, he was very big on helping me with that. My dad would be like, look at my baby, look at your fine bow legs, look at your head, it's big just like mine. I went to bed for a very long time, I'm talking till like SS2, SS3, and my dad would laugh it off and be like, "Hey, my pikino," just to make me feel
very supportive.
So I don't really like human beings like that, because I feel like they're full of shit, based off of my experience, and most times because the people that I trust are not usually around all the time because of my job now, because of my status and everything. So most times I just like to be by myself and just, I'd rather not deal with the hurts that people tend to bring. I'd rather just be on my own and just be around the few people that have given access to me. So yeah, that's it.
Before we go on, can I give you a hug?
Yeah, sure.
Because you're so beautiful, and I don't know why you would ever feel like you're not. And genuinely, I feel like now, maybe with where you are in life now, I'm sure you get a lot of stories of people telling you inspire me, I want to be like you. Yeah. And I hope you're able to read some of those and just sort of believe and say that, okay, shit, I didn't believe in myself now, but I'm inspiring a shitload of people and tons of people. And so I hope that also just sort of uplifts you, a bit.
It helps, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I didn't want to get you to cry, though. That wasn't the point.
Yeah, I'm thinking about my makeup. I put a shitload of money for this thing.
But yeah, you're an inspiration to so many people, Bimbo. Like, yes, you're bow leg. Yes, maybe we are on the shorter side. Yeah, but it's like, nobody is perfect. And in my imperfection, I'm so beautiful. So take me as I am. Personally, I cannot say I can relate, because I cannot really say I've had like self-esteem issues, but I know that I've always had those internal issues of, sort of thinking, are these people my friends just because they like me or just because they feel like they can get something from me. And did you go to boarding school?
Yeah.
So I can sort of understand where that emotion is coming from, because boarding school was an extreme roller coaster for me.
Very much.
Up until maybe when I got to senior secondary school and I started sort of being in control.
In senior secondary school, it was the worst period of my life, because it was like I was seeking validation from people.
Other people.
Yeah. When the first guy in my like ever asked me out in SS3, it was like, oh my god, he said he likes me, like, oh. And then it was between me and one very hot girl. She was a junior, but you know, she was fine, dark skin, beautiful. So when he came, it was like, does he know that I still wet the bed? Does he know that I'm not that beautiful as the other girl? I mean, is it the money he wants or whatnot? But I mean, so I feel like I kind of like grabbed myself. I over-grabbed myself from that situation. Yeah. So it's like, I'm not seeking your validation anymore. I don't want to talk to anybody again. I'll just rather be by myself. So most times, the name Aisha kind of triggers me. When people call me Aisha, I know you're from my secondary school.
Way back.
You know, yeah. So when anybody says, "Oh my God, Aisha Ademoye," I'm like, who the
who are you? Why are you remembering that? But is that why you dropped Aisha and decided to start?
No, it's actually, I love the name now more, because that's what my daddy calls me. So it's like, it's one of the most beautiful Muslim names ever. So I dropped it for a period, but now please call me by my middle name. I love it.
Okay, so I mean, you've sort of told us your struggles, and I know that there are a bunch of people going through the same thing you probably went through, and I mean, you've dealt with it and maybe are still dealing with it, but I'm sure that there were some certain things or processes that you took and said, okay, I'm going to deal with this shit by myself. This is how I'm going to deal with it. So just sort of how were you able to deal with it, pull yourself together from that dark place to building this confidence and being this strong, powerful, impactful woman that you are now? Just sort of...
I'm still dealing with it. That's just me being honest. There are some times that I just feel like I'm not enough. I need validation from someone, you know. But thankfully, I'm not going to take all the credit. I have people in my life that are constantly reminding me of who I am.
Yeah.
Bisola Ayola is one of them. That girl is a friend that everybody should have. But no, don't go for my friend. Go look for yours. But yeah, Bisola Ayola is one of my strongest backbone.
Yeah.
Like, my sister, Mariam, Mariam is my sister, like my biological sister. Yeah. I don't think I would, if I were to come back to this world, apart from my dad, I would still want my sister to be my sister. Because she might be harsh sometimes, but she just has a way of relaying the message, like, do you know who you are? You have a clean slate. There's no scandal. And my sister has this
have a clean slate.
She has this sixth sense where she could smell crap from afar. You know, I bring somebody home like, oh my God, look at my new friend, and when my sister says, I don't like this person, and I don't listen,
it always bites you in the ass.
It ends up with I told you so. You know, it ends up with I told you so. And I've been able to overcome it, because when I'm down, sometimes I battle depression. I'm like, I just sit down and I'm like, I don't know what the problem is, I'm just not happy. Yeah. I feel like the only time I'm happy is when I'm asleep, when there's no line of thoughts, nothing. When I wake up, it's more like my heart starts to palpitate again. If I don't call my sister, I call Bisola, and Bisola has taken it upon herself to always be there. Yeah. Like, she just has the right words to say.
Yeah. You're gonna make me cry.
I'm sorry.
Going to give you another, because I don't want you to cry.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know what I've done to deserve that girl. I honestly don't know. It's been since I started my acting journey in 2016. I've been through shit with so much people, so many people. Like, a lot of people have showed their true colors, even the ones that I never thought would do me dirty. But she has stood 10 toes down, and she has said, I'm here for you, and she has always been. Even when I do some crazy stuff, she's like, I will support you, but what you're doing is bullshit. I mean, I'm here for you to stand right behind you so that when you're about to fall, I'll catch you. But this one you're doing, it makes no sense. That's the kind of person that she is. And that's the kind of people or that I would just surround yourself with good people. And when I mean good people, I mean good people. I was talking to my cousin Oinda, who's also my lawyer. I was telling her that I'm very worried about, you know, being in the midst of a certain group of people, because I'm a kind of person that if I make $10,000 today, I want to tell my friends about it. Like, yo, I just made $10,000. I just made $20,000. And I'm like, I'm scared of being in their midst of this new group of people, because I feel like they will see it as me, you know, bragging. How in the world is it okay for me to say I've been through shit and you're like, oh, but the minute I tell you I make $10,000, you're like, we didn't need to know that.
But you want to know I went through
exactly.
shit.
You want to know my struggles, but you don't want to know my wins. So those are the kind of people that you surround yourself with. When I'm in the midst of Bisola, Adesoye, Tomi, Jemima, those three, it's like I'm floating in. Like, those people just, they motivate me. They make me so happy. They're just wonderful people. And those are the kind of people that just surround yourself with good people and love yourself. It took me a while to love myself. It took me a matter of fact, I don't think I completely still love myself as we speak right now.
Girl, you should. I'm just telling you how somebody I know literally loves everything. And that just shows how weird life is. Because most times people are on the outside looking in and they think everything is perfect with you. Oh my God, I want to be like Bimbo. Oh my God, she's so beautiful. And then you're on this other end fighting it. You don't see it. You don't believe in it. And it's just like, life is so crazy the way it is. But I want you to know that, and I know that a million other people are telling you all over the world, but you're genuinely so beautiful. And you're so... People, sometimes I just go watch your YouTube when I need a good laugh, when I'm having a bad day. And that's how just being you, because you're genuinely just being yourself on your YouTube and your show. And that's how just being you gravitates light to me and to so many other people. And I know that it's not just me. Maybe there are one or two people that are watching your video and doing, what's she even doing, so? But then there are millions of us as well that are watching it and are so proud of you and love you. Me, I can't even lie. I found you a lot because I've been telling people, I know her. Yeah, you do, girl. No, but I just wanted to put that out there for you.
Thank
and
you.
Maybe once in a while now I'll just be sending you these messages and I'm like, you're so beautiful. Good morning.
Thank you.
Type of thing. But I'm even so grateful that you're able to sit here and share your story with me, which, to be honest, was the entire point of my show, to just sort of tell people that, yeah, you see the glitter and you see the glamour from your faves on social media, but it's generally not all roses for everybody. We generally all have challenges that we are going through. And so don't think that, oh, you want to be an actress and you feel that it once and you feel that it's twice and you can't do it. There are people that started the journey. Honestly, I can't lie to you, before, when I was going into media, every time I'll be looking at them talking and I'll be looking at them Nancy and see me and I'll be saying, but what they are doing, I can't do it. I can hold this mic and do. It was genuinely a conscious effort on my part to say, first of all, why are you comparing yourselves to these people? And then you're also comparing yourself to the wrong people. They've been in this business way longer than you. They've also probably had their challenges and their differences.
Most definitely.
And so why are you comparing? Why are you not looking? And at some point, it now became to me more of motivation. Oh, Toka is hosting all the big things. That's a motivation for me. That at some point, I'm going to be able to get to that point where, oh, Hawa is hosting all the big things and someone else would be looking at me.
Yeah.
And so the entire idea of this show was just to motivate people and to inspire people and let people know that it's possible. And just having you come on here and share that story with me and share your... I've known you for a minute and I didn't even know all of this. Yeah. So it's just so beautiful and it's so inspirational. And I'm so grateful that you were even able to sit here and be so emotional with me.
Thank you.
But so let's just sort of go on to happy things. What are some of the projects you're working on? Your production? Talk to me.
I have a series coming up on my YouTube channel. It's called Sibe. I don't know if when this airs, it's going to be out already. because I think it's out in about 2 weeks from now.
Okay, this is airing in January, so probably
okay,
be
it's
out.
going to be out already. But yeah, it will be airing because it's a weekly thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a production coming out. It's called Sibe. And of course, we're wrapping up Yabaraka season 1 this Friday. Okay. Moving on to season 2. And Gangs of Lagos is coming in January. My first Amazon Prime original. And
let's go.
I'm definitely in talks with people as regards collaborating and working on bigger projects while I film the smaller ones. I have a movie coming out called The Landlord, executive produced by me, and
love it.
I'm definitely working on more films. I think I'm working on like 3 to 4 films for 2023 to executive produce by myself. And what else?
You were in SA when I reached out to you. Are you done shooting?
Yeah. Well, right now we're not. We still have about 1 scene to pick up, but we're almost done with Sugar Rush 2. It's coming out,
And you guys, by the way, did you meet Bisola on the set of Sugar Rush?
No, we met before, but we became close on that set. Her, me, and Susu became sisters.
Yeah, because now you guys are like sisters.
Sisters.
It's so beautiful to also see. It's just like that community is, I feel like, what everybody needs. When you know that, when I'm falling, there's always someone to pick me up. I can't lie, I don't know where I'm gonna meet her. This is why I told me, because I really want to be a friend.
She's very private.
I've seen her I've seen her so many times that I've been so tempted to walk up to her, but I'm like, nobody's gonna be your friend just like this.
No, I don't know about friends, but that's her decision. But Susu is the most amazing human being. She's the sweetest. Like she's so warm. When it comes to reporting myself, like I done did something terrible. She is we call her Jesus baby, because she's like, look in the Bible. It's so you don't do it. And she's very adorable. But when Bisola is the one that would say, if I slap you, and then she'll have my back. But Susie is the one that would say, that was not cool, but what would Jesus do? Oh my God! This lady. Drop your Bible for 1 second. So Susu is adorable. Like, you could walk up to her, she's everything and more.
Okay, maybe I'll do that.
You should.
I have.
I know you have a very sweet face, so anybody would want to give you a hug. Yeah.
I'm so grateful I had this chat with you. I'm not even going to keep you here for long. Is there anything you want to sell? Your movie? What should we
please,
look out for?
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to hit 1 million followers. Subscribers. Please watch Yabaraka. If you watch it before, go back and watch.
It's genuinely very funny.
Give me my
go watch it.
And Sibe is airing, considering when this show is going to be airing. Sibe is already airing on my YouTube channel, Bimbo Ademoye TV. Please watch Sibe as well. I have The Landlord coming up, and I have The Landlord is a movie, it's a feature film. I will be letting you know on my Instagram page when it's going to be airing and where. And Gangs of Lagos is coming, please. That's my biggest
Gangs
baby.
Of Lagos.
Oh,
I was telling Tofumi before you came that I like how now a lot of people are just licensing their movies to all these streaming platforms, and it's just so.
No, Gangs of Lagos is one of the best movies I've ever been in.
I feel like it's going to be a madass movie, because even when I've been seeing, when you guys were shooting it, I was seeing the clips, and this one was in Itobi Bakri. I was seeing the clips. I'm
anything Jadi Oshibere, anything you see that has the name Jadi Oshibere on it, just know that it's going to be a banger.
Oh my God, she did Brotherhood as well.
Yes.
So, and I was at the premiere, and every time I was like,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's
Jadi for you.
It was
genuinely Hollywood vibe.
She doesn't do mediocre, so that's Jadi for you. So that's what Gangs of Lagos. Gangs of Lagos is way beyond Hollywood vibe, and if I do say so myself, it's just wonderful. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Yeah. It's bloody.
I cannot wait to see it myself. But thank you so much for chatting with me. I had so much fun. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
Too. Mwah. I like your nails. Mine is chipped.